Where is the damn stream channel? There it is. And gotta change what fucking. Here we go.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh, I do. I don't give a shit. If it's not put into YouTube, I don't care. If it is, cool. YouTube is just a pain because I had to change it. You have to change the damn key sometimes. Like, because the last key was set for Fortnite, right? So I had to redo it and then put it. So I don't know. There we go. Now alright. It did it automatically. I didn't have to. I was just gonna see if it was outputting or if it wasn't on my phone. I've been fucking playing the 26 beta all day anyways. So you might have an advantage on me on that. How's the weather for you?
It's not bad. The storm's kind of shifted south, so not super bad.
That's good.
Where I'm at.
I know they canceled the game.
Oh, the Tigers game, yeah.
Which is dumb. I think I mean, I don't know how bad the storm was, but I think if it's
No, that's pretty bad.
Well,
down in Detroit.
Well, I know that they'll fucking even they'll even fucking cancel games for just, or they'll postpone games for light rain, and it's, or like where it's just nonstop, and it's like, bro, you guys are playing outdoors. Like, fucking grow up, you know?
Detroit's pretty bad right now. Nothing was tornado warned that I saw, but a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings and strong rain, thunderstorms, wind, and hail.
Well, if it's like threatening, you know, like where if safety becomes an issue, then I get it, you know.
You should get it on film. Never your kind, late but I'm really on time. Girl, what you put in your mind, I ain't digging your sign. True for the mind, hurt but I made it out fine. Still in my prime.
Michael Penis is your QB, huh?
Oh yeah. Oops, I accidentally clicked search. Just ignore the invite when it sends it to you.
Everything I want in my reach, I'ma run it off tops. Wonder where I've been pulling off lots. 454, I'ma keep it on stock. Bezel with the ticker on rocks. Things I tell me what I ain't got. Get it right now where I got it back then. Number one stunner.
Well, I gotta do my things real quick, and then if you can do the 2 boosts, if you don't have, if you're not gonna do your mini games real quick.
What's that?
I'd say if you're not gonna do your mini games, can you do the 2 boosts? I know there was only 2 when
No, I'm still doing my mini games too, but yeah, I can.
Okay. Then yeah, do your. Yeah, whoever just gets done with their mini games first. I think there's only mine and one. I think it was Rams was the other one that was in there. I don't know. There was one other one that was done previously before I posted mine. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I
man who was 20 years. He said everybody here felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these. Tell me what you want and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not giving up, come on, we got nothing left.
I'll get him in now.
Been from the start, you know I'm not going anywhere. I don't give it. Tell me what you want, you can get it. Tied up, bad vibes, bad luck, been swinging like a boomerang.
They added for like mini games and shit, or at least drills. I don't know, like I didn't play Superstar on this on 25, but if the drills are similar to what you get in Superstar to what you get in franchise, they have some new drills.
Nice.
They have one where it's like for a QB, because you can only be a QB for Superstar, or at least for the beta. It's called like a scramble drill, and you gotta like scramble out of the pocket and then hit like a spot on either the right or left where you get a plus 500, and then you gotta hit one of the receivers. They're all covered and like man covered. And then they increased like some of the requirements for gold. So like if you know how you do the pocket pass or the or whatever it is for the QB, how it's 10,000 to get gold. They increased that from 10 to 15. So, which is probably smart because it's really easy to get gold in general, or if you're not doing the outmatch. So. But like I said, and then like overall, other than like the receivers pretty much play the same. DBs, they play the ball slightly different, but not by a lot. Like I did notice a lot more drop kicks if they're not staring at you, or right. But they'll like even if they can't see the ball, they'll just turn around and fucking swat the ball away. Even if like they can't see the ball coming. And man coverage seems to be stickier, but obviously there's no trace on anybody, right? But DBs seem faster, at least like what I noticed. It was the Superstar mode, right? Like, I got drafted to the Rams, was stuck behind Desmond Ritter as a backup after my first season. As a backup, I fucking just demanded a trade. They sent me to the Lions. And I was like, okay, well, I'm still a backup, but at least if I'm on the field, I'll have better receivers. And fucking during like the weekly training, like I got J-Mo and Amon-Ra, and just J-Mo was not burning the DBs like you think he would. Like Carry-On and DJ are both just keeping up with him. And I'm like, bro, do you guys not know that J-Mo literally is one of the fastest receivers in the game? He's got fucking the most mediocre in terms of speed DBs keeping up with him. Like, I get it's a beta, so I'm not like, I'm not gonna cry about it, but like, you think there would have been some logic in that one. And the ability, like the route trees, at least for like for the playbook. So like when you do the playbook, right, you have to unlock certain levels to the plays. So like you're only allowed, like it's almost like your quarterback's only, your coach is only giving you like a quarter of the playbook, and then a little at a time. Bro, what? Bounce off the other dude's head.
Look up a property in your city, then buy it.
on the last one right now. Bro. What the fuck was that? He'll probably beat me. I mean, I've been fucking so hard this season. I really should be 4-0, but fucking choked away. Or,
We'll see, man. I played like
choked,
shit last
or I should
game.
be 3-0, but I've choked away I choked the game versus the Panthers in the end, final 4 minutes. And I choked the game versus the in Atlanta in the final minute. Well, actually, not even the final minute. Really, kind of like the final. Yeah, kind of the final minute. I chose to pass it. I could have just kept it on the ground and gone up by 6. But I got greedy, tried to pass it, fucking threw a pick. Because even if I don't get the first down, I choose to, when he catches it, I don't get the first down. I can still take the 3. But, you know, but if I keep it on the ground, I don't have to worry about that turnover, right? And I didn't, and I got, you know, it's like I have kids, so it's like, why wouldn't I just keep it on the ground?
I'm sure they'll let you walk right in the gate.
They need to really call penalties in training mode. Like clear ones like where it's a DPI or illegal contact, right? That's what's always the one that costs me. Like it takes me long. Like I can hit the passes. It's just fucking. I gotta wait for fucking the defense to get off my fucking guy's dick to fucking catch the ball, you know? So apparently, I guess because it was postponed, we're supposed to have both teams Thursday. Well, I guess that would be tomorrow. Thursday,
Oh, better yet.
So it's supposed to be back to back, like 1:10 or whatever time the original game was scheduled for, and then 5:40 or something like that is the next one. I'm fine with that. Baseball. What the fuck are we doing with that one? Okay, Drake. You're not supposed to fucking throw it right at the fucking killer.
I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, hey. Shoot him out, shot like, hey. Hit the red dot like, hey. Finger on the like, hey, 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 hey. Baby, I'm loving it. I think I'm ready for kids. She said when it stop trying to in her face. That makes sense. I'm going up past LA Brick. I'm going off no fence. They switch at me and my team go back like plastic cup boys on some tailgate. Okay.
But based off of Superstar mode, and I don't know how well if this will be accurate towards franchise, but wear and tear doesn't seem to be that bad. But and I also know there are wear and tear settings you can adjust. Like I can't play franchise, so I don't know if it's in franchise, right? They don't have that option. Which you think they would give you the option for franchise at least offline, right?
Shoot him my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy.
Had to get used to fucking throwing
Make room on my plate. I just set my grace in
on a
got a particular taste.
with
My pockets in my face. Okay, let's
this
have a debate.
arm angle again compared to what I was throwing.
I took the bodies up out of my closet. I buried them deep and they still in the way.
That's why I keep both my fucking make sure when I play with my arm angle is the exact same is the one I'm using in franchise. I don't guys get used to it, but you can't I wasn't able to select my arm angle. Oh, kind of pass it because they have different arm angles, right? So or throwing animations in 26. I wasn't able to pick. Alright, let's see who do I gotta upgrade. Alright.
If it's me or you, he got five, a lot of fluid. Got away from the haters, say hallelujah. Be crazy, be the closest to you. It's okay, cause they know that I come to do it. Hold your VO for Virgil, exclusive Louis. I hit a U, it's hitting.
Alright, ready when I'm gonna wear my all black.
Watch when I step here, come my belt. Angel on my shoulder, but the devil on the left. I got a meal, not a meal for myself. I do it alone, I own myself. Stay home for you, don't get playing dirty here below my belt. I'ma get the bad, do the show myself. I had to show myself. Make room on my plate. I just set my grace and then I ate. Got a particular taste. I just stuffed my pockets in my face. Okay, let's have a debate. We talking about. I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet. I buried them deep and they still in the way. I fed up the crib with cars, halls with all and all. I'm still having space. Got a particular taste, picky eater, I guess. But I'm still stuff in my face. She got a natural rap like a natural do like the she don't like. I was outside of the building, I'm on in the spot when it big, you gotta have faith. I'm in a minute, I said ever since we lost.
We may have to make a rule on all whites though in franchise, or based off of some of the pictures I've seen of snow games that people have posted. Because all whites in
downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located
like
in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Two 1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Throwing from the outset is Penix. He dumps it off to Barkley. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
They'll go play action here with Penix. Steps away. Now he'll throw deep left side.
Of course I overthrow that. That would have been a touchdown.
I couldn't even fucking.
Talk about
I
this
was trying
Lions
to
defense.
let me.
They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
Here's Penix. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah.
I actually only had 3 coming at you there because I backed up the other guy. I didn't know if you were going to. Once I saw you move the other dude out, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get back the dude out.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away.
Just
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 10.
Sorry, all part of the game.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Lions will take over.
Dak definitely didn't help the cause.
Sacks happen, but that that overthrow was definitely.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
That was a weird-ass
nice
tackle
run there, 9
animation.
yards, and it'll be second down. The Lions are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks
Like,
of
you
the
don't
season.
even go for the
They
hit
fell in
stick.
the opener, got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
I mean,
And
I'm
despite
sure you'll
that
take
stumble,
it.
I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 46 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They'll throw with May. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
By that.
This is going to be the matchup to watch.
Radford Brawley's the leading corner last year.
Both of them believe they are the superior.
He was wide
In this
open
case,
too.
The win goes to the defense.
Like,
Ow.
he was open, and then your fucking corner
An
said
incomplete
not
pass
today.
leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Gibbs straight ahead.
Why the fuck did you just try and block like
They'll
that?
get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
I'm
And the
surprised you
Lions
didn't
are
blow
on
right
the
through
board
that, dude.
first
He's
here
a
this
72
afternoon.
overall.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone.
That was like,
I'd
I
say
was like,
most
shit.
defensive
I had to
coaches would
run it
think
at
pass,
the
let's bring some
fucking,
pressure.
at my lowest
So this is kind
overall
of the
lineman.
tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
No fucking way he overthrows him again. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Where this game is situated, because at this stage
that is 2 touchdowns now.
Extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break. If this were
2 fucking touchdowns that you were bailed out of, man.
Second and 10.
God damn. This game makes me want to commit suicide sometimes.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
Yeah, I saw that all day. Fuck me, dude. I hate this goddamn game.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
I don't even know who is that that picked that. I got slightly bailed because I personally was out of position, like my user. I'm just surprised you threw that and not to where, I don't know if you saw something in the cross that I didn't have. Or that I didn't see.
Here's May. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
May gonna bat this one forward.
Thanks, everybody.
And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up. Well, I think the hope is, you know, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And 3rd and 8 now. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Such a retarded play.
Jahmyr Gibbs with career touchdown number 75. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
And I had to, like, I would have to make a cut like that. I would have to make a quick cut,
on the field now
but
as they will send
I would
this
have to
one
do
away.
it trying to avoid without having me having a blocker.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So he stopped for no gain, and it's second down. To the air, Penix.
Fuck me.
No fucking way. Are you kidding me?
Struggle struggles continue. Here's another
I
one
fucking
intercepted.
got so bad there.
And he will bring it back. An interception.
Everything is fucking bailing you out, dude. What is this retarded ass game right now?
I can't even fucking say anything on that
on
one.
all three phases right there. The defense doing its
My
part with a
fucking
pick six.
god, dude.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could
Hey, thank you for the
legitimately be
follow.
over in the second quarter.
So how about this for a start?
Pronounce that right, but
21-0
thank
here
you
in
for
the
the follow.
first as they kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score
Overthrew him
deficit.
again.
If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
You talk about this Lions defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Lions are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
Did you read cover 3 there? That's what it looked like he tried to throw.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And the ball is knocked out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Whatever that
I don't think
adjustment
there's any
was.
question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Looking to throw, Penix.
Get it out.
His 5th sack of the season. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Penix. Dancing to his left. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
I mean, obviously my opponent wants to see
McLaurin, the motion man right. A first down carry for Barkley. Fights off the defender. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. This drive, it's been a good
Yeah,
day.
Hawkinson and Freiermuth.
3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15,
That time I had
a gain
my
of 3. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And that would get the target and incomplete.
You hit your guy in the back of the head.
I didn't do anything there, dude. I'm telling you, this game is trying to fuck me left and right. I can't even begin to tell you what that was because that was supposed to be a run.
I don't have no idea. I've never seen anything like that before.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Penix.
Wow.
And I overthrow again.
Couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on.
And I'm in the pocket, flat foot. I'm not even fucking.
And you're not under pressure either.
Give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
There's nothing to say. Like,
trying to complete passes.
I got fucking.
So the defense are able to
pick
force
6
their
was
first turnover
100%
and then they add
straight
on to
up
that by
EA
getting the
bail.
field goal.
And you don't just
3
want to take the
you should
ball
have
away from
3
your opponent, partner.
TDs.
You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to
And
your
I've got
offense and have them
bailed
put
on
points the board.
overthrows.
It's unbelievable.
I'm still up
And
by
no run
over
back
17,
here.
right?
That's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, I'm up by
and we'll bring it
18,
out
correct?
to the 30-yard line.
Okay, just making sure I have my math correct on that.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without
See, the
turning
one
it
thing
over.
that'll benefit you
4
guys.
yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Tron, we won't be able to just sit there and span the run all game, you know?
Another run for Gibbs here. And he sneaks his
I
way
have no
forward
idea what
only
that
for
was.
a couple here. Second down.
You didn't even try to hit stick me,
They
and you
suspected it was a
fucking
power
missed
play up the middle coming
whatever.
at them, and boy,
You
were
just
they
kinda
right.
spun.
That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 2nd and 8. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll push his way
He's
up to
blocking
about
out
the
there, but you
44
gotta
here.
do better. That's the second time.
Even though positive
He's
yardage
hit,
was
he
gained
just
on
bumped
that
into
play,
a guy. He's
I
just
think
like,
the defense
nah,
has to be
man.
happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Now a 3rd and 6. To the air, May. This short throw caught by Goddard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this,
It's hard 'cause, like, I
you
wanna
have to think
fucking
about
stop
your
the
tight
clock
end,
for,
and
you
he
know,
comes
doing-
through for him,
doo-doo
picking up
fucking-
the first down.
Where, you know, time of how much time's left in the quarter and where I'm out on the field. But I'm like, I can't.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll throw now on the final play. A throw left
I think that was my
sideline
only
falls
option, to be
incomplete.
honest with you, man. Like, do you know any other way I would have been able to kill the clock
So
legally?
3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This
There,
officially a 55-yard
Yeah.
attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was
the only
in
legal
doubt.
way I was technically
And that'll
allowed
do
to
it
stop
for
the
the end
clock,
of the second
right?
quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA
Yeah, I mean, I
Sports.
guess.
Like, I couldn't, you know, run out of bounds, right?
Why couldn't you?
Because it would have been stopping the clock. I'm up by 18.
It just says you have to run shoe clock. It doesn't say anything about.
Yeah, no, you can't
Running out of
stop.
bounds.
You can't stop the clock purposely.
I'm Brandon Gordon. The Lions in the lead.
I
and they're
can't
gonna
call
get the football
timeouts
first as
or
well
run out
as
of bounds
the second
purposely to
half
stop the
is
clock.
underway.
So throwing an
And
incomplete
no
is
return
technically the only
forthcoming.
legal
It'll be a
way.
touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next
here,
drive.
I gotta turn clock back on after this play because it turns off.
The
at half.
second half starts with a run by Gibbs. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Throwing here is May.
I'm
Looking
so done.
right
I saw
side,
that
and it's
fucking route, or
intercepted.
saw that fucking DB
Picked
do
off
that
by
dude.
Xavier
before he
McKinney.
even threw
And they'll
it.
set up shop in enemy territory at the
Nice play.
45-yard line.
Nice.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an
I saw that
interception on
happen
the opening
and I
drive
was
of the
like, don't
third
throw it.
quarter.
and I fucking
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
They'll throw with Penix. A short one there to Freiermuth. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And looking to throw, Penix.
What?
That is into the hands of
I was
Hopkinson
sitting there fucking pressing
downfield.
triangle.
And they'll have it in
And I
the
can't even
red zone
complain
before it
because, like,
crosses over out of
I've been bailed
bounds.
so many times.
Give them 18 on that play,
The
and Green Bay
complaining
has the first as well.
Isn't logical.
And now they'll shift things around. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
You're right.
And he will get this
Selective
into
defend
the
inside
end
run
zone.
and you fucking
Touchdown, Green
run
Bay.
right up the inside.
Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
I don't know why it came out on fucking regular coverage there.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24.
Just need another defensive stop and I'm back in this.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
I'm just disappointed in myself for making that bad play.
And we will not have a return. They'll
Like,
bring this to the 30.
I should fucking be winning by multiple touchdowns right now.
Oh,
The Detroit
100%.
offense.
That's
ready
why,
to
like, I
begin
can't
their
even
drive.
complain because, like,
Their lead down
even
from
though
21 to 14, but still sitting in a great
I was
spot.
spamming
Up 2
triangle,
scores here in the third
right?
quarter.
I've been bailed so much I
Underneath,
can't complain.
Gibbs has it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
He's got
They'll wind up
truck
getting
or whatever the
7
fuck it's
on
called
the
on.
play, and it's 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw, it's May. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Looking to throw, May. Running the slant, and he finds Mitchell.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down.
Fuck that. I ain't
Sometimes
taking a
you
big
just don't want
shot
to break tendency.
downfield.
Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a
Considering
gain
the
of
hole I had,
6.
good job
They're
on
in a pretty good spot right
holding
now
that
with a
till you
convincing
did,
lead.
man.
I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
I'm fucking lagging. Where's
From
you?
the shotgun, May with it.
Said it was you on my end.
He said it was you on my end.
And a
Bro,
big loss
I can't-
here as he's taken down.
I literally fucking couldn't do
Finally
anything.
hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple
Like-
defenders in there to drop him.
And the passing game's
I'm
been
sitting there
struggling
fucking
a bit
pressing
Told me
today.
that
was
you're
the
having
last
the
example.
issues.
Yeah,
Hadn't
it
been
was
getting
telling me
much
that you were
yardage
the
out
one
of
with the
it,
issues.
and now
So
on his
it's
back
like-
after the last play, he faces
And
third
then
and
it
long.
like it was going super fast. So like all I see is me fucking going backwards, right?
They'll
gotta
send
turn off the
Mitchell in
clock,
motion
shit.
right. Looking to throw.
Bro,
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take
Well, that's
over
like
at their
a-
own 27.
the sack was bullshit because like the game was lagging and like I couldn't do anything, and it's telling us both two different things.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that
Jesus.
stand
All
up and
on
getting
you.
them the ball
Shit.
right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
I
So
thought for
apparently
sure
some
it was on
grabbing
me.
of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
This game will
They're
never
backed up
give
here
me a
with
break.
First and 20 now after the holding penalty. Penix working out of the gun here. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him
Nowhere to go
Are
here.
you kidding me, dude?
And this is scooped up by the Lion. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third is worth through
The
3
first quarter is
quarters.
the only reason I'm winning. I've only scored 10 points of my own. The rest of it's literally EA.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick
Maybe
this one away.
because like the pick led to 3, right? Or no, I fumbled off that pick.
And not
Gave the ball
willing
right
to
back to
risk a
you.
return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
So that didn't even give me anything.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And now an audible here into something else. Second and 6. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. So the completion good for just 3. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Throwing again, Penix. Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first.
I don't know who it was on your end, but somebody on your defense got injured.
Tough to overcome here in the fourth, but a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson.
No way you dropped that.
And that's pretty indicative
Oh,
of the way this
come
one's
on,
going.
dude.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided
Can I have
game like
something
this. They are
go
not
for me
letting
this
up.
time?
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson.
That's the one
And
that
it's
should
going
have
to be
been knocked
another
out compared
first
to the
down
other
as
one.
they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line.
Like if you want to compare
Here's
knockouts,
Penix.
compare that one compared to the first one.
And he's going to be taken
Could've been
down
KO.
here.
First
A
one.
sack back at the 32.
It's just not right.
He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack
I
that
just
it no
don't
longer
even have
counts?
fucking words for this game anymore.
The Packers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's May. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down.
How you can tell this game was
Whatever they
gifted to
saw
me.
going into this one,
I only
they've
got
been able to
187
capitalize
total
on it,
offensive
and no
yards.
adjustment has been made to take it away.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Like, that's how you can tell that
120
EA
yards
gifted me
rushing
this
for him
game.
now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. That one looks like he'll throw here. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he
What was
finds a
that?
little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Gibbs. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Sorry, EA fucked you, dude. Straight
So
up.
this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never
I
looked
played
back.
like ass.
You know, partner, after a while,
I
we
didn't
always say the
deserve
same
to win
thing,
at
don't we?
all.
They set the tone
Straight up.
early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Detroit, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week.
Neither of us
Meanwhile,
threw
for the
threw a
Packers,
TD.
they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the
I had
Carolina
2 offensive
Panthers.
TDs. You had 1.
I'm Brandon
So
Gunn.
I
Certainly
scored
have to thank
14, 17 of my 31 points, but most were gifted to me.
Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life, what I need. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it.
Thank you all for coming out. I'll be back live next week. For next weekend's game, for next week's game here in 48 hours.